this week I am in this cover. This is the, I want to say it's called, I don't know. I think I pronounce it Lahit, maybe. It's a smart fit. Anyway, and then I have my High-Tech C. I'm going to get rid of this pen for the time that I'm in here because I'm using the Tomoe River paper and it's smearing like crazy. And so I need to switch pens. I'm like wishing for a universal pen that just works on all paper. Why is that like not a thing? I don't know, but it needs to be a thing. Anyway, so yeah, here it is. There's the name, Smart Fit, and I just purchased this on Amazon, I think, but you can also get them from Jet Pens. Be aware that they come in a couple different sizes. So this is the A5 size because I am using my Hobonichi, and for those of you that do not use a Hobonichi Cousin, that is A5 size. I think they come in like B5. Also, these covers, I'm not really sure. I will put a link down below to the video where I do a complete unboxing and review of this cover. Mostly I've just been using this plastic cover. You can get them from Jet Pens. I ended up getting mine from Nanami, and this was only like, I don't know, I want to say like $3 or $4. They're pretty cheap. So basically in here you have a back pocket that you can, like, full length back pocket you can slide your notebook into, and then you have this kind of like secretarial kind of pocket. I put this in here because of this cheapy plastic. I like it because I can change out the paper, the design paper in here, and make it cheerful or whatever I want. And so I just put it in this pocket instead of the back one because I don't want to bend this cheapy plastic. And even though I have it in the back one like that, there's no overhang or anything. It doesn't stick out. So I do have these. I've had them for like ever since I bought my first Hobonichi haul. These are just stickers that fit in the calendar, and they fit in the A5, the A6, as well as the weeks. So in the Hobonichi weeks, you just turn them this way and they'll fit in the little calendars just fine. I left them there so I'd remember to use them. I'm not using the bookmarks, although this cover does come with 2. I just like put them right there and they don't bother me too much. I will put links down to these. I think these were freebies. This is a freebie that I ended up getting from Instagram. This is for the month of March. You saw the one for February of last month. And then, yeah, I have this. I always have this in all of my notebooks. This is just, you know, the word count for different fictional works. And then I've shown a video on how I made the tabs for these. These are just like the, I don't know if they're Post-it brands, but they're just like a white Post-it sticky. They're removable, and I just put stickers that I had on there for monthly. So here is my month of March, and I made it cheerful. And some of you guys were asking me about the, what's it called? The squirrel washi tape. This is the same brand, and I don't know what the brand is off the top of my head. I don't even think I have the washi tape in here, but the pandas are from the same place. And isn't it just sweet? She's just like a little ballerina panda. Aw, I just wanted to be cheerful. Like I mentioned, it's just so gloomy and crappy all of the time. Of course, the sun's blaring in right now as I'm saying that. I don't know if you can see. I hope that's not making the image annoying, but you know, it is what it is. This is the time I had to film. But I think I got this from Cute Things from Japan. They usually carry stuff like this. I've had it for over a year, maybe 2. So I don't know if you can find it anymore, but oh, they're just so adorable. I have been using the Hobonichi stamps. I pulled them out. I didn't use all of them. I used this one here for Happy Birthday Pops. And this is the weather stamp. And honestly, it takes up so much space in the box that I would prefer to use this only in the dailies since they're so like large or so much space to cover, but I would never recommend using them in here. So I haven't used them yet, but I'm keeping them by me, hoping that I will use them. We'll see how it goes. And then I have this Hobonichi stamp also that's really cute that I thought again would have to go in the dailies because I don't think it would even, well, yeah, I guess it would fit off to the side here if you wanted to use it there, but mostly in the dailies. So I have a bunch of these. I tried out a few of them that I just stamped in here for funsies. I'm the world's worst stamper, so you can tell that they didn't stamp all that well because I probably didn't leave them down long enough or what have you, but it is what it is. I wanted to mention to people who are noobs that you can see here that the stamp went through, it like bled through and it has a lot of ghosting. So what I used was these memento stamps. And what I prefer to use, and I just didn't really think about it because sometimes the mementos are fun and sometimes they're not, are these. So you can see here where it says that these are dye-based inks and that these ones are chalk-based inks. Right there. So the chalk-based inks you can use on this paper and a lot of paper, and it won't bleed through and it hardly ghosts at all. But when you're using the dye-based, they definitely will bleed through, so just be aware of that. So if you only have the dye-based ink, a tip is to go ahead and stamp and then use like a separate piece of paper, stamp on here first and then on here so it's a little bit more faded, and then it won't bleed through. That way, if you have a bunch of ink-based stamps, you can still use them. Just be aware how to use them without bleed through. Okay, so in here, I marked down a couple holidays, so Ash Wednesday and St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day because a lot of times they do like a little bit of an event at school for my niece here for St. Patrick's Day where they wear all green and they do like a fun little party thing. So I needed to know that it was on a Sunday, so they might not do it. Sometimes they'll push it into the week. So I needed to ask her. Ash Wednesday, we all know that I'm an atheist, a friendly atheist. Hi. And, you know, I don't mind that people have religious beliefs as long as they don't mind that I don't. And so I marked this because I have a lot of Catholic family, and they're all thinking about doing like giving up something for Lent or working on health for the next, you know, 40 days. There's 46 days right here until Easter, so I wrote that down. And so I thought, hey, I need chubby buddies. So even though I'm not going to be doing the religious aspect, I went ahead and marked it down to remind myself that we started this yesterday of just trying to be healthy. And for me, that means if I can just do like 40 days of pretty clean eating, I will be very proud of myself because I am really starting to gain some weight and I'm feeling like crap. And part of it is just not just, part of it is the weather, but the other part really has to do with what I'm eating. It's just been rough, so I just need to work on that. And this was a challenge that people were doing, and I'm like, I'm gonna hop on that challenge and get it done. I did mark spring break down here with yellow skinny washi tape. We are not gonna probably be doing much for spring break. You know, just, you know, money issues. Money's kind of tight right now. We are saving. We're probably going to be getting a new car, so we're just going to be hanging out. We might go on a quick road trip, but, you know, for the most part, we're just going to be hanging out at home doing some spring cleaning. So I decided that this month I have been noticing that the shelves in my room, because I have 3 bookshelves, and then I have a shelf in my bathroom that houses a bunch of, you know, makeup and stuff like that, they have been looking really rough lately. And in Colorado, you get a lot of dust. A lot of times I remember my sister-in-law saying you rarely ever have to dust when you're over by the ocean because there's so much moisture in the air. But here it's like a desert and it's getting rough. So I'm like, I need to clean these. So that was like my main focus. And then I realized, oh, it's spring break. And maybe we should just get on spring cleaning since, you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm home. I've been doing little things, but since it's been warming up here in Colorado, we can go ahead, we can burn. So I just need to get a bunch of junk out of the house, start cleaning out things that I can go ahead and burn outside, like really old clothes. Right here I have Old Navy because since I lost a bunch of weight, my leggings haven't been fitting properly, especially in the crotch. They've been really loose and I've had them for a while. So I ordered a bunch. I ordered like 12 pairs of leggings from Old Navy. I also like the ones from Torrid, but I only buy them when they're on super sale because they're very expensive. And Old Navy was having a really good sale. So, you know, there's my spiel on that. What do you guys do? Do you guys go through your house during spring cleaning and just get rid of a bunch of stuff that you have to burn or take to the trash? Because I'm like seriously, like deep cleaning. So after I made this list, I made another one, which I will show you because I was like, no, we need to make a big list. And then over here, I just have some stuff that I need to do when I get to the library and things that I need to do on my MacBook and the MacBook Air. I did go ahead and use the stamp. I don't know where it is. I thought I put it out here somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, this is just a 24-hour stamp. And then I have this one, which is just a regular stamp that's just 12 hours. And this one, I wanted to mark down YouTube and cardio to see how much time I'm spending per month on YouTube, and cardio, or, you know, probably with cardio, how much I'm not spending, just, you know, kind of to keep track of it. And I found the stamp and I forgot that I even had it. It's such an awesome stamp. I don't know why I don't use it more. That I put it here to remind myself that it's there, and hopefully I can go through the dailies or the weeklies, wherever I'm putting this information at, and then, you know, fill it out as the month progresses. I did use these stickers, in case you're wondering. They're from Tokyo Pen Shop. They just have a bunch of these planner stickers, and it's so cute because like their stomachs or their hair here, that's where you're supposed to put like the little date, and it's just so sweet. I just love them. And then we'll move on to the weekly. So here we are. I haven't done anything today because it's super early already in the AM, but I find that when I have the month, the week, and the day, especially all in the same place, I just put everything that's on the monthly, on the weekly, and then on the daily. And I just need to stop that. I need to stop it. So I've been watching that, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to keep only on the month. So the monthly should only be for important holidays, important dates that I need to remember, as well as events and appointments. The weekly, I'm thinking about just putting like in my Jibun Techo, how I have all of my habits and stuff. I think I'm gonna start habit tracking only on the weeks, because all of this stuff I'm putting on my dailies as well, and it's just driving me crazy. I did utilize this list over here of stuff that I need to do, and I don't know what day I'm gonna do it, so I can just pull from here and put throughout the week. But other than that, I'm just writing things sometimes 2 to 3 times in different places, and it's just, it has to stop. The madness has to stop. I'm putting my steps down here. I don't even worry about how much I actually get at the end of the day. If I hit my 11,000 steps for the day, because that's my goal, then I just write that. I don't bother writing like, you know, 11,100 or something. You know, as long as I made the step and I'm working on that. I need to hit my goals. There's that. This is the dailies. And I just have this covered because I did some journaling here, but my dailies, again, I'm writing some of these things over here that are in the weekly, you know, and this is like a planner within a planner within a planner, right? Because you have 3 different planners in one. I'm not used to having that, and I just need to focus on certain things for each of the 3 planners that are in here. And I still haven't gotten that down yet. So, you know, it is what it is. I've been using my color play dots. Is that what they're called? I think so. Here. And then just like a black pen. I haven't even been using highlighters here. However, since I was like, oh, I need to clean, I did this. Things that I need to deep clean, organizing that needs to happen, stuff I need to get rid of. So I need to go through all 4 closets because we have a 4-bedroom house, and the 4th closet is technically our office, but my boyfriend is a hoarder and he needs to clean that out. So, because the closet part of the room is divided into his section, so he needs to go through that. And then over here, I just have stuff that's outside, and I left some space in between so I can, you know, write underneath exactly what I need to do out there. And then stuff I need to mop and wash down, and I haven't filled out, like, I feel like I'm going to take each individual room, like the office, and then make a page here for office and break it down to everything I need to do, and then make sure to check it off for deep cleaning. The 18th is the last day that I planned in here for February. This was, I don't know if I mentioned, in case you haven't been following me, this was supposed to be my writing planner. And so on the months is what I would plan on, like scheduling. Let me show you. I didn't have too much scheduling to do because I'm writing short stories right now, but I do some scheduling of what I wanted to work on. And then, you know, this was like the first month in here, and that was about it. And then here I was like doing a word of the day, or I was writing in a little bit of notes on like what I needed to research for the writing I'm doing. And then on the dailies, I would take notes for whatever I'm writing, because most of the times when I'm writing, I like to type in the computer. I just do. That's my process, especially since I have Scrivener. I really like taking notes in there and doing stuff like that. So I only have like daily notes in here that say, this is what I worked on today. This is what I still need to work on. And I check them before, you know, I go into Scrivener and start working and figure it out. And then I need to go back to editing my other book that I had taken a long break from because it's almost done. So I'm going to have 2 books all ready to go within 2 months to do beta reading and figure out what, if I'm going to self-publish or what I'm going to do with them. I can't even believe it. You know, it's been such a long process, but that's going to be happening. And I decided that I couldn't make notes for all of that in here once that starts. For short stories, it was totally fine, but I'm going to need some more space, I'm realizing, and 1 page a day is not going to work. So I decided to try out just planning in the Hobonichi for a while, and then I'm going to take this guy, my Traveler's Company Traveler's Notebook in standard size. This is the color Camel. I was just talking shit about how dark and gloomy it is in here, and I just turned on my light. I just realized I didn't have on my filming light, so sorry if it's dark. But anyway, in here, I decided that I love this monthly, right? This is by Traveler's Company. I like having my calendar in the space where I'm actually writing. So when I start my new novel and I already have the idea for it, I don't know if that's going to be in a month, month and a half. I want to write it in here because I like to have inserts that I can take out. So I can number it, you know, insert 1 for whatever book it is, and then take it out and replace it with a new one. And I like my calendar in here. So if you remember my old setup, it was in a wide size, Chic Sparrow, Outlander, and I think the color was wine. I think that's what it was called. And I had my calendar in there. I had a Midori calendar, and then I just had all of my Moleskines in there, and I loved that setup. It worked so well for me because I could just, you know, I never had to worry about, you know, trying to get all of my notes on 1 page. So far, because I've just been writing short stories and doing some small editing in here, because I wrote my whole novel for NaNoWriMo in a Traveler's Notebook, I didn't have to worry about notes, but now it's starting to get down to, it's becoming an issue rather. So anyway, yeah, so this is what I'm going to be writing and editing in. I'm going to start using this. I haven't really set it up because I just made all these decisions. I already went and pre-planned a few things in here, but that's okay. I can still, there's plenty of space because these are wider boxes to go ahead and put my writing schedule and what I'm doing or what I hope to be doing throughout the month, so I can kind of stay on track with my writing in here. And then I'm going to make a new insert for writing to put in here also. And then we have this guy, right? And so I have this cute little fox. So I have this little fox embossing. It's a blind embossing here. And then I found this, and I just thought it went so well because it was also a fox and the coloring matched the sage. This is the Spice Leather by Foxy Fix in the #1 or passport size. This is so cute. It's a freebie. I will link it down below also for March, and I think they have the whole year. I just printed out March's, so that's what I know. In here, I added in this monthly, right? And this is what I did with the monthly because this is just my on-the-go planner, and I haven't been on the go. Like I mentioned, we're sharing a car right now, and I'm losing my mind, and we're just gonna have to go get a new car. That's what it looks like, and you know, car payments, but you know, it has to be done. Since we're not really on the go right now, I decided that what I was going to do for March is this. There is a website, I will link it down below, that has all of the national holidays. Now, a lot of times when you look up national holidays, it only has like the government ones, you know, the ones that like affect the closing of government or school or what have you. But there's this website that has like all of these national holidays on there, and there was literally one for each day of the month of March. Some of these days had up to like 7 different holidays, and I just went through and chose like one that I thought was interesting to put on here. So today is Thursday the 7th, and so the national holiday for today is National Be Heard Day. What does that mean? I don't know. I guess it just means for you to speak up today. And then tomorrow is National Day of Unplugging. So that would just mean that, you know, you should try not to use your cell phone or the internet. Would that be hilarious or what? I've seen people do this challenge for like a week or a month. I think it's fantastic. So I plan on doing that tomorrow. And there's just like a bunch of other stuff. This one had several holidays, and I actually ended up putting 2. So one was National Mario Day. I assume that National Mario Day means like Mario Brothers, you know what I mean? Like for Nintendo. And since I grew up on that, I thought it was hilarious. I still have to look it up and make sure that that's what they meant. And then underneath it, I wrote a second one because I felt like this was super important also. And it's women and girls HIV and AIDS like awareness day, I believe. So I put that one down also. There were some really cool ones like National Pancake Day, which they had IHOP under, which is on the 12th. And I thought, hell yes, I'm going to wake up and make pancakes that day. And if I don't get them for breakfast, then we're going to have them for lunch or dinner, either way, because I love me some pancakes. So that'll be one of the 46 days where I'm probably just gonna either have to figure out my carbs for the day or just blow it off, because I only want to try to do 40 of the 46 days because I felt like I needed those extra 6 days to just allow myself to have a break, because it's going to happen. And then that way I won't feel as bad for kind of, you know, not sticking to my calories or carbs for the day, depending on, you know, what you guys choose to do. But it was really cool. So that's what I did. And I think I'll go back and do them for the rest of these months that I didn't have this insert for. And I think it's really great to do, because if you're like me, we all know in the planner community, we have our challenges. Like we have One Book July, and for writers we have, you know, NaNoWriMo, and then before that you have Preptober, where you're prepping for NaNoWriMo. And then I did there's Inktober. I never did Inktober because I'm just not cool enough, maybe next year. But then I did InkoWriMo. And so it's like all of these months have some kind of interesting challenge or national holidays that I don't think about. And I thought if I start writing them down and keeping them in here, then I can say, okay, 2 more months, you got to figure out that you want to do NaNoWriMo or whatever. Especially some other challenges that everyone knows about on YouTube or Instagram that I just forget about, and then all of a sudden it seems to sneak up on me. I can finally prepare for if I start doing some of these in advance. And again, next month, if I decide I want to plan in here, then I won't write these in here, and then I have it. But if I don't, then it's getting used and it has a purpose. And so this was like 10 bucks, maybe 11 bucks. I don't think that's too much for the whole year to have. In the summertime, this would be really great if you wanted to like plan out what days you wanted to run or do different cardio or whatever. Something small like this, because I don't really need a big space for that. But for this month, this is what I decided to do. So definitely check out that link down below. And there's some really stupid ones, like the 22nd is National Goof Off Day. The 26th is National Spinach Day. Of course, I would love that because I love spinach. You definitely have like National Scrabble Day, of course. So gamers are even excited. You have National Weed Appreciation Day. The 25th, you have Tolkien Reading Day, which I was like, oh, hell yes, I'm going to get to The Hobbit on this day. So there is that. And that is just sort of what I am doing in my planning right now, just moving things around and trying things out. What are you guys doing in your Hobonichis? How is it working? Because we're already in the last month of the first quarter. I hope I said that right. I think I did. Are you already fallen off on planners? I've seen a couple of videos where people are already abandoning some of the planners. They're just like saying they need to give up and put them away for a while because they're not working out for them. Honestly, after this month, if this system's not really working for me, I think I might go back to just doing bullet journals because it's where my heart is. And as much as I keep saying I want a, you know, dated planner, I kind of like a mixture of both, and I can do that in a traveler's notebook. Also, I went to the dollar store and I couldn't help myself because I'm an insane, you know, planner addict, and I saw these. This was $1. This one's a weekly. They have the monthly. Here's how the weekly looks. Like this, and I just thought, man, this is so cool. I just want to keep one of these like in my purse or in my wallet just to have for funsies, but I don't know what I'd even write. I guess you could write like a word of the day or a quote of the day in here if you wanted to, but I just kind of wanted to keep one with me. I'm such a weird kid. I couldn't help it. And I like that it has this clear plastic cover because y'all know that I don't like pink. So I'm probably going to take this out and put a really pretty cover and, like, you know, design it and see how it goes. I might try, you know, just 1 month or something where I plan only in this. I think that would be a funny challenge to do. It won't be this month because I really need to focus on this and this for writing, since I need to get back on that. And then this one I picked up for my niece, which she actually doesn't need, so I don't know what I'm going to do. She's in 3rd grade, and they have a school calendar. And what they do in the school calendar, it's a weekly. It's not set up like this. It's set up long, vertically, kind of like in the Hobonichi. And the teacher has them write down any holidays that are coming up that week, or like sometimes in school, like for certain awareness, like cancer awareness and stuff like that, they have to wear certain colors, or they ask the kids to wear certain colors for that day. So they go through the week and they write that down, and then they write their homework down for the week. And then at the bottom every night we're supposed to write down how much they read and for how long they read. And then we're supposed to sign it, and they get these dojo points for that. And then they can cash in dojo points at the end of the month and get, you know, whatever. And she lost her calendar for like a whole week, and she was like devastated. So we had been writing it on pieces of paper that she had been reading so she could get her points, but she couldn't find it. And so I bought this, and of course I bought this like the day before yesterday. And then yesterday morning, she told me she finally found it. And I was like, well, crap, because I thought, well, maybe she could take it because they just write it on every single day and she could use it. And then she found it. So I personally don't need to use this. I thought maybe I would plan in this for a month just to try out like a cheapy one with a cheapy pen from the dollar store. But then she was like, can I write like a happy thought of the day? Because we had done that before last year. And I said, sure. So it does have a monthly in here, and here's the weekly. And so every day she'll just come home and write in like her favorite thing of the day, which I think is pretty awesome. So we'll see how all of that goes. Do you guys buy stuff like this? I know they're like cheapy deepy, and they're not going to handle any of the highlighters, and some of my pens might be awful, but for the most part, sometimes I just wish I was like a simple planner, you know what I mean? And I just had like this, and that was all. We'll see how it goes. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.